What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and as promised, like I said in my Strand Build video, if you guys haven't seen that, please check it out. It is the better meta version of this exotic helm build. The main focus will be the Felwinter Helm. A little bit more on that, but yeah, this is a void version of that build. Different playstyles, different things to mention. More so the same with some of the mods, but again, this is void, so it is an entirely different build. I'd rather just make it a separate video for you guys looking for a void build to use in onslaught. But yeah, Felwinter's Helm. Like I said in the Strand video, I was not familiar at all with this helmet, and the main thing here is power melees and finishers will basically provide a 30% debuff to your enemies. Now, this is comparable to Tractor Cannon and the tethers from a Void Hunter, so as you can tell, this is an insane thing that can happen. And specifically, like I said in the Strand video, numbers are here a little bit uncertain, but depending on the type of enemy you finish, whether it's a minor, elite, mini boss, the duration of this debuff will be between 10 seconds and 20 seconds in total, but you can extend it with finishers, for example. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind. You have an exotic helmet that pretty much gives you a 30% debuff, and as the onslaught mode can get hectic and crazy and all these different adds, you can clear out bosses and areas and waves pretty damn fast with this helmet equipped. But yeah, since I already talked about this in the Strand video, I don't need to talk any further about it. Let's jump into the game and give you guys the build in game. Now, I always say this, I'll mention the drip. I like the drip, but again, I don't really have much for the warlocks, so I'm just gonna take what I got. But yeah, Felwinter's Helm is going to be the main exotic of choice, and for our weapons here in onslaught, I'm actually gonna say that Aegir Scepter is going to be a pretty solid weapon to have, especially when it comes to how dense things can get. And yeah, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you guys have it in the gameplay. Aegir Scepter is really good at just kind of helping you with survivability and controlling the amount of enemies that can spawn and push and all that good stuff. Then we're using Recluse and Commemoration because, yeah, they're great void weapons, and we want some synergy and repulsor brace on both of them in this case so we can survive a little bit more. But yeah, let's talk about the subclass. Void Walker, we're using Nova Bomb. Vortex in this case, just something I was using. I like it a lot, especially on onslaught. I don't really know much about the other stuff to kind of be like, oh yeah, use Nova Warp, for example. I like the one-shot dump and release supers that can happen in Destiny. Those are pretty fun, and when it comes to DPS over time, pretty damn manageable. We're using the Vortex Grenade because this is the best Void Grenade in my opinion. And then Pocket Singularity will be the only melee of choice. Burst Glide, and then Healing Rift. You could use Empowering Rift if you want. The aspects will be Feed the Void, defeat a target with a Void ability to activate Devour. Your Devour effects are improved, restoring additional health and grenade energy. So for Devour will be pretty damn important here, especially when we're doing some finishers and debuffing with other things. But yeah, also we're using Chaos Accelerant. Press and hold your pretty much grenade key binding, whatever it may be, to overcharge your grenade, making it even deadlier and more effective. Since we're using the Vortex Grenade, this increases the size and linger duration of the vortex. Pretty damn essential, especially as a warlock. Your grenades are pretty much essential for you guys. Fragments, Echo of Explosion, Void Ability Final Blows causes targets to explode. Echo of Instability, defeating targets with grenades grant volatile rounds to your void weapons. This is great because volatile rounds is a debuff. Repulsor Brace, all that good stuff. There's a lot of synergy to go there. Echo of Provision, damaging targets with grenades grant melee energy. This is great because Pocket Singularity is a power melee. You want to get this back as fast as possible. In this case, it's good. Nothing crazy, but good. And then Echo Persistence, void buffs applied to you have increased duration. So in this case, some Overshield with Repulsor Brace and Devour will see an increase. But yeah, that's pretty much the subclass. Now, when it comes to our mods, things here are a little bit similar, maybe a little bit different to the Strand one. Ashes to assets for grenade kills and super energy. And then we're using Harmonic Siphon. The arms, we have a Harmonic Loader, Grenade Kickstart, and Firepower. Void Reserves to get the most out of our Void Power weapon, in this case Commemoration. For our legs, we're using Invigoration and Innervation, and a Void Weapon Surge. And then for our bond, we're using 1-2 Finisher, Bomber, and Time Dilation. That's pretty much the armor mods. And then the seasonal artifact here, there's nothing really too Void focused, which is unfortunate. So there's nothing I'll say is like, yo, use that. But like, maybe switch this to this. Shattering frozen targets and stasis crystals deals increased damage. Hail the Storm because we're using Aegir Scepter. But again, I don't really know much to be like, oh, yeah, Pillar of Ice, defeating frozen targets spawn stasis crystals. Again, we're not using stasis to can't benefit from it like that. Yeah, it is what it is here. Dragon's Bite could help you with their Aegir Stifter, but yeah, seasonal artifact really isn't built for Void, which is why I don't really rank this build above the Strand version of this. But again, nonetheless, it is very fun. Let's jump out and give you guys my closing thoughts. Yeah, as I mentioned before, we have the dim link, or at least I should have mentioned it. We should have the dim link in the description and the pinned comment for you guys to just pull easily, you know, take this and use it. Again, the Void version of this in the current sandbox isn't going to be the best when compared to Strand when it comes to survivability, all that good stuff. But nonetheless, it is still an incredible build that is incredibly fun to use if you're, you know, leaning to spice things up in Onslaught. If you guys like your Void weapons and you like your Void subclass, this is a fun exotic that is pretty damn incredible. But again, not the overarching top tier meta, just an incredible Felwinter's Helm. And that 30% debuff does do a lot for helping out the Void weapons and repulsive brace and all this other stuff really enhance out. But again, like I usually say, leave your thoughts down below on this build video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you going to check it out? If you guys also enjoyed the video, be sure to drop this video a like. Helps out the video a ton. And for more content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified for when I do drop more content. But yeah, pretty much loving Warlock, loving this build, loving Felwinter's Helm, loving Onslaught, having a good time with Destiny. So excited to drop a lot more content along the way. But pretty much that's all I got to say on this one. Hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.